It's the Crossover Nexus podcast with our very special guest stars, Tyler Goodrich, Marvel DC fan, and This One Doesn't Count.
Hello everyone of the internet, my name is Iron Ninja, and welcome back to the Crossover Nexus. I am joined, once again, by Xavier, or Marvel DC fan.
Hi.
I am joined once again by Tyler Goodrich.
Hello.
And for the first time, I'm also joined by This One Doesn't Count, also known as CJ.
Hello.
And today, our randomizer has graciously picked a actually good crossover. This one was the Muppets X Star Wars, which is known as The Muppet Show Season 4, Episode 14, I believe, which was just aptly titled Star Wars. So let me just ask this crew here: do you guys how familiar are you guys with the Muppets?
I'm relatively familiar. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but it's not like I know nothing. I can tell a Kermit from a Miss Piggy without much trouble.
Xavier, how about you?
I'm familiar without being too familiar. Like, I've seen my fair share. Like, I've seen the movies and, the shows and whatnot. But I'm not, like, super huge Muppet fanatic like some people. But I do really enjoy the Muppets. They're great.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Tyler, since I know you definitely have at least some experience in a lot of Legos?
Oh, I don't have some experience. I have a lot of experience. It's 9 a.m., so I will sound like this the whole time. So enjoy your ASMR if you're listening to this. Don't fall asleep if you're driving a car, because that's how I listen to podcasts. But I'm very knowledgeable on the Muppets. I am the type of person that when they announced Lego Muppets, I got extremely excited. More than someone should when they announce $5 minifigures. Just the little Lego people. That's the only thing that you get with the Lego Muppets. And I was excited, and I wanted to spend $5 each on those little Lego puppets. But other than that, I love the Muppets movie from 2012, 2011. Is it 2011?
2011, yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, yeah. No, I remember seeing it in theaters and falling in love with it. I love the Muppet Show. I remember loving the Muppets ABC documentary series that they did. The limited, it wasn't limited, but they just got canceled. But I'll treat it like a limited series. It makes it more professional. But yeah, I love the Muppets.
For me, I'm a massive Muppet fan. I've watched the Muppet movie to death, and I'm recently binging through the Muppet Show. So this is just really exciting for me. I'm really excited to watch this one. Now since we've kind of talked about like the Muppets as a whole, have you guys ever heard of this Star Wars thing? I don't think I've ever heard of it. Like in the research for this, I think it was like a 1973 flop from George Lucas.
I have personally.
It's really weird.
Oh.
Is that the one with the crazy captain and the guy with the weird ears?
Oh, yeah. No, and it's like Khan! Is that
Beat me
the
up,
one?
Scotty. That's the one.
Yeah.
I think it had like, I think it's the one with like the twist where they're your brother or something like that.
Wait, no, I know what you're getting at. It's like where they split their hand, and it's like you have the two fingers on each side, and then they say like "Let peace be with you." Is that one too much? Did I go too far with that one?
I mean, I've never seen Star Wars, so for all I know, that's completely accurate. I don't know what a Star Wars is. Oh, isn't that the one where Will Smith's like, "Welcome to Earth"? Isn't that?
Was Will Smith in it? I think he might have been. I need to check this.
Will Smith was born in like the 1800s. That motherfucker's gonna be alive forever.
Wasn't the guy who played the Joker in there? Like Jared Leto,
I only watch Marvel movies.
Apparently there's like looking this up, apparently there's like 9 movies of this thing. Like it's an entire saga. Like apparently Disney bought it or something like that, like a mega franchise.
What's a franchise? I've only ever seen like The Northman and La La Land. Those are the 2 movies I've seen. I don't know what a franchise is.
Oh yeah, mega franchise, The Northman.
100 movies. 100
Critically acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed box office smash hit, The Northman 6.
Biggest film franchise out there. Biggest smash hit out. Like, holy crap, it's the biggest thing. It's bigger than Marvel. Also, I can't keep doing the Star Wars bit. Like, it's just too much.
Are you guys doing a bit?
Are you not?
So, I watched the movies as a kid. And...
Wait, did you say movies? There's more than one? Oh, fuck. What am I getting into here?
I got a bad feeling about this bit. Oh God, this is gonna... I shouldn't have pitched this to you guys. Oh,
no,
God.
I think he's on to something. Let the man speak.
I am so sorry for what this podcast is gonna turn out to be. Holy shit.
So I watched the movies as a kid. I sort of got back into it once the new trilogy came out, and my interest has been decisive, because some things I like and some things I don't like, especially more recent stuff.
I feel that a lot. There's definitely a lot of Star Wars fatigue for me for right now. Like, even with Obi-Wan coming out, I'm not, like, as into it as I want to be.
For me, yeah, like, obviously right now Star Wars is a bit of a taboo topic, and I'm, like, just strained with it, because there's so much new content coming out, and it seems like it's not coming from a place that the original Star Wars was coming from, which was, these are people changing the world and trying to make this entirely new world for you to escape into. Nowadays it feels like trying to preserve the old world as much as possible, while only expanding it in the ways that won't make anyone upset, because apparently that's all that realm can be. That's all Star Wars can be now, is not upsetting all of the all the toxic fans, because they're the ones that Star Wars should cater to. Like the news about how Han Solo, like, you can't recast him. Alden Ehrenreich is the reason Solo failed. That just pissed me off, because it's like,
oh my God, yeah, the Solo stuff. Like,
no, do something new. Like, Marvel's not doing that. Marvel's doing all the de-aging. I don't know, but
see, I get like really mad about the whole Solo stuff, because for one, you hire Phil Lord and Chris Miller, some of the best comedy directors of all time, and then you replace them with Ron Howard. Like,
imagine firing comedy directors for being too funny. What a wild world we live in.
And the thing is, like, I really like Solo, and I kind of have to, because for one, he's the director's my distant cousin. I'm related to Ron Howard. I'm not even kidding.
What the fuck?
It's really weird.
So we're like 2 degrees from Star Wars right now.
Yeah, like, all my criticisms are official Star Wars. Yeah, so I have the most authority out of anybody here.
Yeah, and I enjoyed Solo. Like, that's my 4th favorite. I don't know. For me, I guess I never actually said my actual opinion. I love the first 2 Star Wars movies. Like, those are 2 of the greatest films of all time, in my opinion. Like, the first one, I think, is the perfect movie. Like, we wouldn't have movies today if it weren't for A New Hope. So I feel like that transcends any criticism. Because, like, yeah, there's some things wrong with it. I don't give a shit. How the fuck could you get around those things if you were making it in the 70s and like had no barrier for what a sci-fi movie could look like in terms of what Star Wars was doing? So it's like, I don't know, I can never like actually critique A New Hope, because like it's perfect. If I say anything wrong about it, I'm the asshole at that point. But it just like sucks that nowadays it's like we can't share this love of this amazing bubble of like the new era of filmmaking. It has to be like, no, I need to see Ewan McGregor fight Darth Vader in this very specific way, or else the entire series doesn't make sense, and it's not worth it. Even though, like, I don't know, I'd rather like not have Star Wars for a while, because like there's too much of it. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get harassed because of this.
The Phantom Menace are after you. Run.
Which is part of the problem.
I don't want to ruin anyone's worldview here, but I have actually indulged in a Star Wars or two in my time. I have to admit, I must come clean. But unfortunately,
you fucking liar!
the
Canceled,
original
man! Holy shit! What the
1977
fuck?
theatrical cut of
I'm
Star
out.
Wars.
Oh my god, he's actually left. Holy shit, he left.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately
so
for me, the original theatrical cut of the 1977 masterpiece Star Wars is not a film that I've seen. I have only seen the special editions, and that hurts me every day. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, my dad. The closest I've gotten is like some Japanese DVDs that my dad has, but even those have some CG.
No one would care if he just let the original prints be out there as well. I don't see why it's such a big deal, George. Just put them both out there. People will choose which one they want. You'll still get money either way.
No,
it makes no sense.
Thing...
People like the movie 1977, George. It's not like they miraculously started liking it in 1996. Nothing changed.
And like I'm one of the this is gonna make me sound like a bit of a douche, but I think the magic of filmmaking comes from practical effects. I love the MCU. Like I grew up with it. It's my childhood. Endgame is my favorite movie of all time, just for the sheer fact of like it gave me everything I wanted from those movies. But like I don't know. To me, the magic of filmmaking, I think the most cinematic movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark and Star Wars, the original one. Because they're just like, I don't know, the practical sets and like the way that they exude the adventure just invites you into, like, it just makes me feel, which I guess is the definition of nostalgia, but it just gives me the feeling that like I'm putting on a blanket and it's like I'm in a movie theater. Like every time I watch either of those films, like it just invites me into the film. And it's like when you do the special edition, I'm always going to be taken out when they go to the cantina and there's just this big CGI elephant thing that's just walking across the screen and it looks awful. I'm sorry if you like the CGI.
And it's weird because like there's real characters there too. It's not like all CGI.
And you're just like, okay. Especially because everything else you could tell is like 70s and like they were doing what they could. And it's like, oh, okay.
It's so weird. It walks
cool,
across
I guess.
the
and then like you get back into it kind of, but it's like you're still just like, oh, this, yeah, I forgot. This is weird.
Real.
And like there's some good changes. Like I like the change where it's like Han when he runs across the corridor and then it's like he walks into the entire stormtrooper artillery.
It breaks the immersion.
Yeah, like that's fun.
Oh yeah, it adds so much more comedy to just see Han going after these 6 guys, and then it's just like a boatload of other people. Like it's a lot more effective, in my opinion.
That's fun, but I've always liked the original a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've always kind of liked the idea. It was just like the stormtroopers are so stupid that it takes them like a full minute to realize there's 6 of us and 1 of him.
Yeah,
I've always liked that a lot. But the special edition one is good too. That's also very fun.
And the thing is, like, now Star Wars has just become so, like, marketed and there's just so much, is that just kind of become unspecial for me. I don't know what it is. I don't feel like there's just a magic in the air anymore compared to, like, back then. Like, you look at the prequels, like, it was crazy. Like, Star Wars is back and stuff. And then we didn't have another film for, like, 6 years. And then we have Force Awakens, and now it's all back, and it's back again. It's awesome. It's sick. And now we're just getting boatloads of television shows, Disney Plus specials, things like that. It's just so much. I'm tired. I'm kind of like Star Wars out.
I absolutely agree. There'll never be another Phantom Menace or Force Awakens because they just simply can't anymore. There's not been a break. We haven't gone more than 12 months without a piece of Star Wars since 2015. That's 7 straight years, and we used to go one every 3 years, and then we stopped for a decade and a half. And it was wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, when we did get stuff between, like, the prequels and Force Awakens, but it wasn't so much, you know? Like, first Mandalorian, then Clone Wars
and then there was,
back,
like, Clone Wars and the EU.
Bad Batch and stuff.
I wasn't huge on Bad Batch.
Really? I was actually pretty into it.
I don't know. It felt like Clone Wars light to me, and why watch that?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there were definitely episodes I liked.
There were episodes I liked a lot. Like, the stuff with Cad Bane and when Rex showed up. I had fun with that. And I thought the Alan pilot was really good. other than that, yeah, wasn't huge on it.
It's crazy to think like the last movie we had for Star Wars is The Rise of Skywalker. We haven't had another movie in like
excuse for
3 years now. Like, that's kind of weird. That film just like does so much fucking fan service. Like, it's too much sometimes. And I think it's taught like Star Wars to just be an MCU thing where there's like a million different bits of fan service here and there that just completely derail the plot. I mean, for instance, like Book of Boba Fett.
Oh my god.
Book of Boba Fett. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fucking AI generated Mark Hamill is the future of cinema, maybe.
Christ.
And it's so weird that they called it the Book of Boba Fett and Boba Fett's barely fucking in it. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand.
That's the saddest bit. Like, it would be a different thing if it was like just as good, but they just stole the show. But like, it's just better the second he leaves the show. That's the saddest part. Boba Fett is the worst part of the Boba Fett show.
And I think part of the reasoning for that is it feels like because I will always say this, art isn't good if it's mandated. Like, the idea that the Marvel Disney Plus shows now are immediately lesser in my mind because it's like I have to watch them because they're like important to the movies and they're like the next phase of Marvel. But it's like you can tell that they just orchestrated it and they were like, okay, you have to make a She-Hulk series, you have to make Moon Knight, you have to make WandaVision. And it's like all those shows like can be good or are good, but it's like when it feels mandated, you can feel that like the less of the human element, less of the artist element. And it's like with Book of Boba Fett, you really felt that because it's like Mandalorian, you could tell Jon Favreau had an idea and was like, I want to do this, I think this would be really cool. And Disney was like, oh my god, that's awesome, put it on Disney Plus, it'll be our launch for Disney Plus. And it's fucking great. Season 1 of Mando, phenomenal television. But then you could tell they kept going and Disney got greedy and they were like, you're gonna do more stuff so we can make more money and trick people that don't like Mandalorian into watching Mandalorian. And then he was like, okay, Boba Fett show, cool. And then he sat down and he was like, I'd rather write Mandalorian, and he did. And it's just like you're immediately like, oh, so what the fuck was the point of doing another show? Why did I devote 7 hours of my life to this if you're just gonna give me what I already watched? It's just annoying because you could tell, like, I'm gonna say it, I'm not excited for Obi-Wan Kenobi because it looks exactly like The Mandalorian. Like, in terms of look, in terms of structure, it looks like it is just going to be Mandalorian, but with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader, which why? I don't know, because it doesn't make sense in the story for Vader and Obi-Wan to fight at this point at all. Like, in the canon, it's set up that they have not seen each other since episode 3, but the fans want what they want, I guess.
Yeah, because these shows aren't really like trying to get an emotional reaction out of you, they're just trying to get a reaction out of you because it's gonna be like, whoa, what the fuck, the big theater moment, holy shit, it's all these characters again. It's something that is just constant. I mean, like in Rise of Skywalker, they just brought back the Emperor for reasons I don't understand why. And then they just decide to bring back Luke Skywalker. They're just doing all of this for reaction.
I'm not sure I'll ever forget. I was watching The Mandalorian season 2, and a guy had come over, and we were watching it together. And the second Luke showed up in that finale, he audibly gasped. And I will never forget that reaction, because he audibly gasped and he sat there shocked for the whole time. But he didn't say anything. There was no emotional reaction beyond the initial shock. That's all.
Yeah, now it's like, now even worse, because now they're just going to start using AI-generated stuff.
That was the most
it's getting
part.
So weird to me that it's this far.
And just the fact that they completely, like, just CGI'd Luke in, that one just depressed me. Especially because you can tell that it was a robot voice as you were watching it. Like, that did not sound like a human talking, or a human. And, like, that's why I don't think Disney understands this. There's a reason why Star Wars in the 70s and up until this point has always used either makeup or like humans in stories. Like in it's because you know that the technology isn't going to be good enough to sustain a CGI model, so you opt to do humans so that people can immediately connect with the art. Like, that is what every sci-fi thing... That's why Star Trek has people. That's why the MCU has mostly dealt with just human characters, because it immediately lets you connect with those people. So when you have a CGI deepfake Luke, I don't like that at all, because that's exactly the problem with Disney buying Star Wars. Is now it's corporate and it's not about connections. It's about making you pay for the next thing. And that's gross.
Yeah, Star Wars the t-shirt, Star Wars the flamethrower, Star Wars the toilet roll, Star Wars the place, Star Wars the Disneyland attraction.
What do you mean? I love capitalism. Let me go buy a toilet roll real quick.
Speaking of capitalism, I have Disney Plus, and recently, like about last year, they added all 5 seasons of The Muppet Show, and one episode crosses over with Star Wars.
Oh, fuck, we're still doing that?
Have any of you guys actually seen this episode? I know a lot of people really haven't.
I think I've seen, like, I may have seen a clip from this episode a while ago. I know I've seen an image of Mark Hamill sitting next to Kermit the Frog. I have seen that before. That's something that my eyes have seen. So I know that this episode exists. And I've seen, like, a few of the very early episodes, because I think my dad burnt them onto a disc when I was, like, 6 years old. And we watched them in the car. So yeah, I know the pilot pretty damn well with it. That's something I'll never be able to forget, because I saw it so many times. But yeah, like I say, other than that, my knowledge is pretty limited when it comes to the Muppets.
What about you, Xavier? Have you seen this episode or?
No, most of what I've seen of this show is just from random clips and advertisements when it was on TV. Like, very few advertisements, but that's about it.
Tyler, I've assumed you've seen this episode, of course, being the only other Muppet fan here.
Yeah, I've seen the episode before, and it, I remember, like, liking it, not, like, loving it, but I was like, that's cute, okay, and then, like, moving on. Personally, I like the Carrie Fisher episode more. I know, awful. And completely despicable, but, like, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I'm expecting to enjoy it now. I don't know. I'm not hard to please.
Was there a Carrie Fisher episode? I don't think there was.
Yes. Am I misremembering that?
I'm looking into this. I don't see a Carrie Fisher episode at all. There's Christopher Reeves, like Wonder Woman, Mark Hamill. I've not seen a Carrie Fisher one.
What the fuck? I literally remember this. Hold up. What the fuck? Wait, no way.
This is one of the many things that Kermit 9/11
Hold up. This
erased.
is I literally remember this. No, I fucking remember. What the fuck am I thinking of?
I do feel like I've seen Carrie Fisher do an interview with something similar to the Muppets. If not the Muppets
Whatever.
themselves.
I'm a dumbass.
That's something I remember as well.
Whatever. I like it, but I don't love it. I like other things more than the Muppets Star Wars special.
I mean, to be fair, you did say you were, like, excited to watch iParty Victorious, and then just the end of it, you were just depressed. Like, oh my god.
No, that's fair. If I have to sit through iParty with... That would be a funny twist to the podcast, is each episode you're like, oh, we're going to watch this sitcom. And then you just make the guests of that episode watch iParty with Victorious.
Yeah.
And then they afterwards have to come up with criticisms for the special they were supposed to watch, but the audience doesn't know that.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
Don't give away the bit so early in the episode.
And now we'll be right back after watching The Muppet Show, Season 4, Episode 17, Star Wars / Mark Hamill. And we're back from watching The Muppet Show, Season 4, Episode 17, Star Wars / Mark Hamill. So, what did you guys think of it? I really liked it. It was a really fun one.
I love it a lot. I'm still of the impression of like it's good, not fantastic. Also, if you decide to leave it in, I was thinking of SNL for the Carrie Fisher thing. But if you decide to cut it, you can cut this out too.
Yeah, I just want to make you sound like absolutely crazy, like you have no idea what you're talking about.
Thank you. I like it a lot. I'm of the impression that it's good, not like the craziest thing I've ever seen, but like it's really cute, and it's just this perfect little bubble of like when Star Wars was a niche thing, and like we had said while we were watching it, the fact that Gonzo makes a joke about like who's Darth Vader, the world will never know. Like that's so crazy because it was right before Empire. And you could tell Mark Hamill is just having the most fun of his career in that, and like he's just loving being there. And it's just, I don't know, I just like sweet things, and when people like doing what they're doing, and I like getting to see that, and that's all this was. Also, I like the Muppets, and the bits were cute.
Yeah, I really like this one too. Compared to the schlock we've been getting, this is like just so fun. Everyone's just having a ball. It was Jim Henson and like everyone at the height of their career. And this was before Empire. Yeah, this is a film that like this is an episode that takes place before like another groundbreaking part in Star Wars history. So Star Wars wasn't even like this big trilogy yet. It was only like one film. So it's crazy to think like going back on like to then of thinking like what Star Wars was like then. Yeah, I just loved every minute of it. It was just so fun. There wasn't really even any like big Star Wars references here. It was just funny jokes. So what about you, Xavier? Did you what you thought?
Well, my thoughts are generally mostly in line with you guys. I thought it was a nice, fun little crossover. You know, it didn't blow my mind or anything, but I still enjoyed my time with it. You know, enjoying a lot of the bits. The Six String, of course, was a really enjoyable song. One thing that I was really enjoying throughout was just the kind of technical ability, because like we mentioned, you know, this was released late 70s.
Like, it was about
70s,
like early 79, 80 before Empire.
Yeah, like a lot of the effects and technical ability were just like really seamless and worked actually really well. So, but yeah, I overall really enjoyed myself with this crossover.
I had a great time watching it. Yeah, just like Tyler was saying, just watching people have fun. You can tell Mark Hamill was just having the time of his life playing Luke at such a different speed, and just absolutely making fun of himself as well, with like him being useless, like dancing or being a comedian or playing piano or anything like that. It was just very, very fun to watch. And as someone who loves Empire a lot, just seeing that Bespin costume, even just as is, was also just fun for me. But yeah, like six string orchestra, that was great. Yeah, just a solid episode. It's the Muppets. It's always going to be a solid episode,
especially because it doesn't feel like a branded elite thing. Like, it didn't feel like a privilege or a must-have for the Star Wars brand. It felt like the Muppets, like whoever was the production team for that episode, had a really funny idea, and they were like, what if we did fucking Star Wars? Like, what if that's our crossover for this season, and then, or for this week? And then they like messaged Lucasfilm, and they were like, could we do this? And then everyone thought it was really funny, and the Mark Hamill was like, hell yes, I want to be on the Muppets, please let me on there. And like they just had fun with it. But nowadays it has to be like, oh, we're gonna do a Vanity Fair shoot, and this is the only time you will ever interact, and you guys are just gonna maybe smile at each other, and it's just gonna be like Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Pedro Pascal and The Mandalorian, and that is the only thing that you're getting this year. That is the only Star Wars crossover you're getting. And it's like, why can't we just have fun with this? Why can't we just like
not be corporate?
Like, I just miss that age. Whenever
it's like so just so much like corporate nowadays. It feels so
and I just hate the period when things could just like they didn't have to be these elite branded things where it's like Star Wars can't have a crossover.
Fun doesn't make
Star
money.
Wars can't
Law
be
makes
fun.
money.
Star Wars will be this and this.
Disney
only.
hates fun.
And it's like, no, let it be whatever it wants. Like Phil Lord and Chris Miller probably made a comedy, like probably made a space comedy with a big heart that was in tune with like 21 Jump Street, After Party, like they're known for. And Disney was like, well, that doesn't go with the rest of the brand. So they changed it when like, no, like do shit like this where it's like just fun. Like let Star Wars be what it is and then people will flock to it. Because then you have people like us who are more bitter towards Star Wars being like, okay, well, no, they're doing new stuff, so now I have to pay for it. And then you get a complete monopoly with the entire... Is that how a monopoly works? The entire world is Star Wars. Star Wars forever. I don't know what point I'm making.
I mean, like, we're at a point where it's just nothing but advertisements for Star Wars, Star Wars place, and it's the Spaceballs bit, you know? It's I made a joke earlier. It's the Spaceballs bit, really.
I want to drink my blue milk with my Bantha fucking waffles every morning. That's all I need.
All I need is to drink my milk like a Bantha.
You know what I did for May 4th? Like 2 years ago.
What?
Because I live in Australia. There's no like theme parks I can go to. I just got a big glass of milk and put some blue food coloring and like a little bit of sugar in it. I drank that.
Yep.
And I watched Empire and had a great day.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's amazing. I was gonna ask, has any of you guys had the Galaxy's Edge?
No, I have not heard about that.
Oh, it's the official taste of like blue and green milk. And it's like blue is very coconutty and green's very like tangy.
Because is it straight from the teat like in the movie?
Oh, I wish it was.
Skywalker approved.
Everyone's favorite Star Wars
Just
scene.
put the puppet like in front of everybody and just show them milking it.
They just bring that puppet straight over. I would buy one of those, $2 trillion Star Wars cruise tickets, but I'd buy a new one every day. I'd buy a new one every day just for the teat milk.
That is one thing that like
that's all I need.
Pisses me off though about Star Wars is the fact that we're talking about this and you said like the actual canon taste of it, because it's like, why the fuck is something like that? Why is the theme park canon? That's dumb, right? Like,
yeah, and it's the sequels too, because that definitely didn't backfire on them.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only the sequels. You can't have anyone else there.
Like, who gives a shit? Let Obi-Wan and Anakin walk around Galaxy's Edge along with Rey and the Mandalorian. I don't care. I'm there to build a lightsaber and get milk and leave. And then I'm gonna go to fucking Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. That's what it always is, Disney. I don't give a shit about the canon and integrity of Star Wars.
Just let it be Lego Star Wars in real life. Those games sell like hotcakes for a fucking reason.
And then you look at Avengers Campus, where it's like kind of in the MCU and kind of not. It's like a parallel universe. And even then, they don't even like have all the characters there. They're just there for a week or something.
Avengers Campus, they wheel out Moon Knight for a week once his show ends, and then they throw him into the vault, never to be seen again.
Yeah, that. Like, oh my god, I don't understand it. Like, you'll have Moon Knight there for 1 week, and then like he's gone, and then they don't even like they never even brought out like the original Moon Knight. They just brought out Mr. Knight, which is so weird. And now it's like they have Just America Chavez coming out, and from what I heard, it was only like for 1 month. So it's like 1 month, gay people.
Enjoy your week, gay people. That's all you get from Disney. You only get one a year, so you better fucking enjoy it.
Everybody gets one.
Man, fuck Disney so much. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I hate that they own everything I like, and I hate how awful they are.
I mean, this crossover actually did have that tease that would have, well, I guess that poorly aged song at the end that was just Disney's. So I just thought I mean, Sony was going to buy them for a little while, actually. I don't know if you know
If
that.
Sony owned the Muppets, we'd have a fucking Fozzie spin-off movie with no
Yeah, but at
Kermit
least
in sight.
that passively makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes more sense than Morbius,
Speaking
the
of
great
Morbius,
Marvel legend.
Has anyone got a Morbius reference in yet, or do I have the dubious honor of being the first one to bring up Morbius this episode?
I mean, honestly,
This is
all that movie has is the Morbin time meme. It's just all over the place. I mean, it's still going too. Have you guys seen the meme of just a movie with a Muppet in it? That's just should be a normal thing.
That's on Twitter all the time. That should be every movie. Every movie should just have a random Muppet and no one questions it. That would save cinema. Imagine The Northman.
I would say everything
but then
everywhere
Nicole
except
Kidman
the
is just a Muppet.
Muppet.
The best movie ever made. That's what that is.
Disney completely overshadowed Everything Everywhere, which annoys me to no end, man. That movie is
Doctor Strange! We have to put on 70 showings of Doctor Strange in the next hour or our theater will collapse.
Oh my god.
I miss when movies were allowed to exist.
Oh yeah. You know what sucks though? I saw Doctor Strange in theaters 3 times. Because I just liked watching it, and it was and I wanted to see it multiple times.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I hate Disney, but they have me by the balls, man. Every day, I'm like, man, fuck Disney. But then they put out the new Thor trailer, and I'm like, yeah, but I'll see it though.
I mean, to bring this back, the When You Wish Upon a Star bit I just mentioned earlier, that was, oh my god.
Yeah, the entire interlude to the final song was When You Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah.
And then the castle came up and they started singing the song.
Scary stuff,
actually.
honestly.
And it's in the moment, it's haha, that's so funny and cute because that's the Disney song. And now we're in a hellscape.
So, I want to ask you guys now, do you guys feel like this is essential viewing for people who want to kind of comb and watch over the entire Tommy Westphal universe, or do you guys just think it's kind of
Oh, that's a plane. That confused me. You have to leave that in.
Sorry. I didn't think it would pick up on
That was
Jesus.
That was crazy.
You have to leave that in. That was fucking funny. I think it is required viewing because it's one of those things that the connection is so weird, and it's I don't know, because with the last one we said don't watch it because it doesn't add anything and it's bad, but then with this one it doesn't add anything, but it's just really cute, and I just like it, and I think it gives a good window as to a time when Star Wars wasn't the big powerhouse company that it was. I don't know, I enjoy it, and I would like for as many people to watch it because it's just cute, and it's just such a weird thing that you would never get. Now I think it is required viewing for people that would like Star Wars or the Muppets or just film.
And CJ, what about you, man?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think it's just a fun time. You don't lose anything from watching it. There's only gain. You just feel good for 20 minutes, and you enjoy watching Mark Hamill bully Mark Hamill. What more could you want? That's the peak of art right there. You can't top that. It's impossible. So yes, I would say it's required viewing. I think Tyler put it perfectly. It doesn't add anything, but it's delightful. So why not?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I just loved every minute of this episode. It was just fun. It was energetic. It's just fun. Why not watch this? Why not just put this on the watch part of your list? Because it's more enjoyable than the stuff we've already watched. Xavier?
So, I'm going to say yes, even though I am on the same boat of it being, it doesn't really add anything. But, like we've all said, it is a good time. And it's such an interesting gateway, I think, to a time that we can never have again, where, you know, things can just happen without it being so corporate and, you know, money hungry.
Yeah, it was just before we had all these dang crossovers and different, like, and just synergistic stuff and, like, just, I don't know, it's just different crossovers with Titans and things like that, I guess. I don't know. Much different time.
Who in the Marvel Universe would be a Titan? You've put that idea in my head now. Who in the Marvel Universe would be the
But that's like an
Titan?
actual crossover.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, it got canceled halfway through, though. It's not many people know about it.
That's probably why I'd never heard of it.
Before we spin the wheel, do you guys have stuff to plug? Xavier?
Sure. You know, I make reviews, podcasts, Let's Plays. As far as projects out at the moment, depending on when this goes out, my next review is coming out, which I haven't done one in about a year. And we're talking about, actually, I can't spoil that. So you'll just have to click the link and find out what that video is. So, but if you do happen to subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. So everybody have a fantastic evening, night, whatever, morning, who cares? I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. So take care.
And what about you, CJ?
Well, it's kind of weird what I'm going to plug because depending on who you ask, my channel's been either inactive or dead for the last nearly a year now. But it is out there. It's called That One Doesn't Count. You can go subscribe if you want. I might make another video there someday. We'll see. But other than that, go subscribe to Brown Table and go subscribe to Dare to Entertain because those are two channels that I edit for. And please support my stuff so they get more views so they can pay me more.
And Tyler?
Yeah, I'm Tyler Goodrich on YouTube, and I make pretty cool content. I do movie things. I think you should subscribe. And I also am on Twitter way too much, and that's Tyler_the_Geek. Yeah.
You guys can follow this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. YouTube episodes will be coming out a few days later than the original Apple Music and Spotify episodes. So please do go follow those channels. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, please feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It would also mean the world to me. I do also make some videos on the side. You can follow our Twitter at CrossoverNexus, and you can also follow my Twitter at IronNinja2000. As well as all the mini alts that I made just so people can't frame me for some bullshit. And now it's time to find out what we'll be watching for the next episode. I gotta get the wheel ready.
I feel like I joined for a very good episode of television, and depending on whatever happens next, this may or may not be my first and last appearance.
iParty was victorious.
Again. And we are watching the Family Guy and Simpsons crossover.
I'm in.
Holy shit.
I am in. Holy shit. Yes, let's go. I'm ready. I'll be there. I will move heaven and earth to be there. I can't wait.
Hi, Future Zack here. CJ actually wasn't able to make it because of scheduling. So, yeah, here's a preview, actually. Have fun. This recording didn't actually fuck up this time.
Monopoly is a game where you got a card. Seems like a
card,
really
and then you
great
just swipe
idea
it.
to play it for the first 5 minutes, and then you start like the reality sets.
And
6
hours
later,
you're like, oh fuck.
It's way too long, and the game's topic is dry as
But
fuck.
then-
it's like.
but
playing
then
the
now they
stock
have-
market as a game.
But now they have Fast Monopoly, which is much shorter, but it's a lot worse in my opinion. Because it's just the first person to buy all. Troy's breaking down.
Oh, sorry. That's just the phrase "fast monopoly" like hurts me a lot. I really don't like that
I
sentence.
haven't even heard of that. My brain started swirling with jokes. I was like, "What's the speedrun community like Monopoly?" If you play as the shoe, do you actually get like a frame advantage?
Yeah. There is.